Welcome back to another episode of the Elevated Chat Room. Elevate your mind, elevate your life. It's your host, Lonzo Jones. We back at it again. And like always, I got a special guest with me. But before I introduce him, let me introduce the topic. When the helmet comes off. Mr. Jamarcus Ricks. He's a former Auburn football player, and now he's the founder of Huddle Up. Mr. Ricks, man, kind of tell a little bit more about yourself, man.
Man, what's going on, brother? First of all, War Eagle. I know a lot of people don't like this. You know what? I got to start some up, man. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but War Eagle, man, for sure. It was a great opportunity to go down that road for sure, man. So from a small town, Leading, played at Carver County, graduated in 06, man, and I was blessed enough to have an opportunity to go through the whole recruiting process with football, man, and my brother was already at Auburn, Courtney Harden, he was already at Auburn, man, and so it kind of made my choice pretty simple and easy, so just being able to follow behind him, making things a lot more easier in the household for my mom and things like that, man, and so went down the road of just playing football, and it kind of opened up a lot of doors, for myself, and so, but I'm glad to be here, man. I appreciate the opportunity, and let's see let's go from there.
So you say you from Leading, Alabama?
Leading, Alabama, man, a small town, grew up there, single wide trailer, for 7 total in the home, man. My mom had 5 kids, I'm the middle, and so it was just a blessing, a great opportunity, man, and she really just raised us in a way, man, to where it was just like very strict home, and those guidelines, the old school.
Yeah, you kind of have those boundaries, bro. Look at you now. You know what I'm saying? It pays off.
Absolutely, man. And so just being able to grow and shape us in the way that she wanted to shape us, because a lot of people don't know, man, my mom, she didn't finish high school, and so for her to see 5 of her children do that is just a blessing, and 3 of us with college degrees. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just a great opportunity. I'm grateful.
That's what's up. Where did you get your degree in?
So I got my degree in criminal justice. Okay. Just going down that road, man, at first I thought it was gonna be a police officer and stuff like that, man. But I got into the business of working with kids. Yeah. I've been doing that for about 17 years now. I started out at a residential in Cortland, Alabama, Sequel.
I remember the Sequel.
Sequel, man, and got under a lot of great people. Mm-hmm. A team, man, that was just, all those people that I was under, man, can be leaders in some shape, form, or fashion, and so being able to just learn from them and grow, and I was the one who really just took off. I moved to Tennessee back in 2015 to Nashville at another residential facility, man, and from there it was just different. Country boy, moving to the city. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it was different, seeing that it was so much more to offer in the city, man. And it was just a blessing, man, for real.
That's what's up, bro. So we talked about you going to Auburn and play football. So let me go ahead and go into this first question here. And it says, when football was taken away, because we know that football don't last forever. Whether it's 5 years in the league, 10 years in the league, 1 year in college, in a high school, but we know one day it's going to be taken away.
Absolutely.
So when football was taken away, who were you without the helmet?
Ooh, man, honestly, that's a good question. First of all, that's a real good question, man. And my identity wasn't even found. I was lost, honestly. Had no clue of who I was, because sports, that's something I did yay high. Yeah. And so sports was the identity. Football was the identity. Most people, I was a quiet guy, very shy, chill, laid back, wasn't confident like that. And so a lot of people just, that's Jake from Leading. He played football, big guy. He played at Auburn, right? And man, it was just trying to find out who I was, but I knew for a fact, the thing that I did know, I knew that I wasn't gonna find out who I was living in this area. And so I had to get away. I had to get away and go start doing things on my own, man, and just trial and error, you know, and I became, man, just this person, man, who just fell in love with kids, man. Fell in love, still in the love with football itself, with sports, you know, and try to put myself still around those things and just continue to just be able to teach other kids, man. Give them some things that I didn't have growing up.
Yeah.
You know, and just being able to be that positive role model, man, that these kids really need, and somebody that they can look up to and just get that information. You know, the information that they're not really getting sometimes in at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Because everybody grows up different, you know. We say all the time, my normal is not your normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of kids, man, they really don't know no difference. You know what I'm saying? Like they really think they're living the absolute best life they can possibly live until somebody comes in and show them something better or show them something different. So with you reaching out and reaching back and doing the things you do with the youth, what is one of the main things you try to teach them? Like, what is one of those main, like if you had to teach them one thing, what would that one thing be?
Control your mind.
I like that.
You got to control your mind. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to control your emotions. You got to be able to, because life gonna life, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Man, life gonna life, bro. and we never know. Each day is a different day. Yeah. You know, and so if you go in every day when you think negative, I guarantee you that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of negative things. You know, whatever it is that you're thinking about, man, on a day-to-day basis, that's what you become.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you become that positive person who just always positive, who's looking at things in a positive way, that's what's gonna bring to your life. But if you're looking at that thing where it's always negative, it's always something, it's this, it's that, right? And man, but being able to control your mind, control your thoughts and things like that, bro, is very important to be able to get to wherever it is that you're trying to get to.
Yeah, that's good. And I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but when you said that, I was like, yeah, that's it. Because that's one thing that we really harp on when we're teaching the youth and talking to youth and reaching out. You know, one of the things I always tell is your mind is a garden. And whatever you plant, that's what's going to grow.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter. Your mind don't care what you plant. It's going to produce whatever seeds you plant in it, whether it's negative or positive. And then the other one is like, whatever controls your mind controls your life. You know, so and that's one thing, like, I literally had to stop my kids from, I gave them a little bit of leeway with music that they get to listen to, you know, make sure it was clean and all that kind of stuff. But I still let them listen to some rap. And then a situation happened. I was like, you're done. Both of y'all. We ain't listening. If it ain't Christian rap artists, we ain't listening to it. Yeah. So let's go through the iPad, because that stuff is already synced with mine. Delete. There's no more secular music. If it ain't talking about God or glorifying the kingdom or something to do with positive, you ain't listening to it. Yeah. Because I already know how powerful music is. You know, music is created with an intent. You know what I'm saying? So, and something happened, I was like, no, I could tell you've been listening to the wrong thing, because we don't talk like that. I don't know where you got that thought from, but we're gonna cut the music out. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. I like that. Control your mind.
And I say, man, I praise you for that, because you know, it's a lot of people out here, you know, that miss that. Yeah. You know, miss what the music is doing to these kids, you know, to this younger generation, man. And the fact that you're able to do that with your boys, man, is very powerful, you know, especially at this age, you know, because, man, I tell people all the time, you know, like you said, what you got in them ears and them earbuds, them AirPods, man, it's important. Very. It's important what you're listening to. And being self-aware of understanding that. Yeah. You know, so that's good for you, bro.
Well, I think like with me, because I do this kind of stuff, I'm in this world like you. Like, we're in the youth motivational world, the leadership development, you know, personal, we're in that. And when you're in that, you have to study certain stuff. You have to be reading and watching and trying to see, how can I help the next generation? How can I take my talk to the next level? And that was just one of the many things I came across as I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying, this calling that we have. And fortunately, I have a good relationship with my kids, to where it's like, look, whatever I say, when it's all said and done, when I put that stamp on it, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, when you get out my house
you can do
and
whatever
you grown and you taking care of yourself financially, hey, you can do whatever you want to do. But I pray by then that I have established what is needed in you, that foundation, and Christ is that foundation.
Absolutely.
So if we have that, hey,
and
we all right.
Like you said earlier, though, man, you plant the seed, right? You plant the seed in those young men, and they gonna by that time, that seed already planted.
Yeah, and that's the goal, man. That is the goal. All right, so we talking about control your mind.
Control your mind.
And then now the next question says, what was the hardest mental battle you faced after your playing career ended? Since we talking about, since you want to tell them to control your mind, what was your strongest battle, hardest battle?
I think what people got to realize where I come from, man, I come with what some people may consider the hood, right? And we all know it ain't a lot, positivity that people may say come from there. But when you get to college, man, everything first class. Man. Especially D1.
Well, I can only imagine.
You know what I'm saying? Everything we did, man, was first class, bro. Yeah. From them we might come to the locker one day, man, you just got clothes and shoes and bags and all this stuff just in your locker, right? We got a game room. We got, our own, cafeteria that we go to, our own dorms. And get on the plane. You got your own plane. You know what I'm saying, man? And so for me, having all that, coming from where I come from, man, and then going to Auburn for 4 years and being able to get all that, and then, man, had to come back home and realizing, like, that ain't it.
That's humbling. That's real humbling.
Like, bro, that ain't it. Ooh. Like, you regular. You back to that, whatever it was that you was gone for 4 years, man. And so that was probably the toughest, man. And then for me, like I said, controlling your mind, because I started putting in my mind, man, like listening to people, oh, he ain't make it, or all the negative, right? And you start listening to those things, man, as an athlete, because all my eggs was in one basket. It was in the football basket, you know what I'm saying? And it was either NFL or bust. And it's almost like I set myself up for it, and I have a plan B, So I tell everybody, make sure you got a plan B, man, because if it's sports, it's going to be over with.
One day.
One day.
Yeah.
Whether you're successful or not, it's going to be over. And you got to prepare your mind for that. I wasn't prepared. And I didn't have nobody to prepare me. You know what I'm saying? And so it was very difficult to be able to come back home, man, with a shoulder injury, because I tore my rotator cuff.
Oh, okay.
I had a torn rotator cuff. I actually, like I said, I had a torn rotator cuff, man. And so coming back home, dealing with that, didn't want to go out, didn't want to be seen, all those things, man. And one day my homeboy was just like, hey, bro, you got to get out this house, dog. And he kind of just pulled me on through. So the biggest thing, man, is just being able to go back to where you come from. The regular, being back normal. You know what I'm saying? It was difficult.
I heard a guy say that the worst thing is not being poor or living in poverty. Is being poor or living in poverty and then becoming rich or wealthy or having a lot or experiencing a lot and then going back to being poor or living in poverty. Because you now felt what it's like. Like, I played ball at Jacksonville State, and I went there in 2003, and it was nice, but it ain't D1 nice.
Okay.
The way it looks now, oh my God. I mean, they upgraded so much stuff, bro. It's immaculate. When I first got there, they didn't even have a place for us to work out. We worked out under the stadium. They were still trying to build stuff, basic stuff, bro. So, but to experience what I experienced living in the dorms, getting my own apartment for the first time, you know what I'm saying? Just being away, having that freedom and just being able to live really, bro, without really many like responsibilities. Go to school, go to practice, behave, but then coming back home, like you said, and trying to figure out what is my next step. So I feel you on that. And for somebody that had the opportunity to possibly play in the league,
And then, man, and then on top of it, bro, during that time, I didn't graduate. I didn't finish college. You know what I'm saying? When I left my senior year, I didn't have my degree. So it's like I went for 4 years to Auburn, come back, no degree. You know what I'm saying? And that even hurt more.
Yeah.
You know, that even hurt more because I tell kids to this day, bro, like, use them the way they're going to use you. It is what it is. Use them how they're going to use you. And the way that you use them, man, is by getting your education.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, can't nobody take that away from you.
They can't.
You can take whatever. Football going to be gone. They can take that away, right? They can't take that diploma away, though.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important that they're able to get that diploma.
So when did you get that degree?
Man, 2021.
Recently?
2021, man, I had made a decision to just go back to school. I wasn't a school guy. I hated school, man. And of course, at the time, I'm like, man, if I'm gonna be able to play football, I got to go to school. And I'm like, just give me a C and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be the best scholar, none of that. I was just trying to do the bare minimum to make sure I was good to play football. And that was it. And then at the same time, man, I didn't have nobody pull me to the side and be like, bro, that ain't the way you should be thinking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should be out here really trying to focus on your education because that will end soon, right? And so, man, I was blessed enough to go back to school. I went to Austin Peay, man, and finished my degree. My classes was able to transfer back to Auburn.
Okay.
You know, and I was able to get my degree from Auburn in 2021, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I know you feel some type of way about how these college players getting paid now, bro. I know it. I know.
Man, we ain't gonna get on that, but
I'm just saying, like, I'm sitting here like, this dude played at Auburn. D tackle?
Yeah, D tackle.
Were you first string, second string? What?
So real quick, so I ain't red shirt.
Okay.
So I didn't red shirt, man. I played in about 6 games my freshman year. Sophomore year, didn't play a lot. Junior and senior year, I was a starter. I started my junior and senior
So
year.
imagine if you playing right now, bro.
It's crazy.
You wouldn't even have to go to the league.
Wouldn't even have to go to the league.
You could literally make 500. That's minimum.
Yeah.
500,000 for 2 years. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? With $1 million.
Good.
You can start your own franchise. You can fund your own huddle up.
Exactly.
But you see, like the difference. Like that's why, like, so my kids are like, everybody like, you trying to get them to the league? No, I'm trying to get the scholarship. If I can get both of them a scholarship, they're set for life.
Yeah.
Life now.
Absolutely.
Because of how everything's set up. And with God, you know what I'm saying, willing, I'm here with them to walk them through the whole journey to make sure, like, hey, you don't have to spend this money. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have this money set aside for when you graduate. You and your brother already got six franchises. You ain't got to work a day in your life now. Now go do what your passion is, what your calling is. But like you said, though, you got to have somebody in your corner that's going to help you navigate that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And that's what I'm here for. Like use me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that from y'all. I'm putting up stuff for y'all myself just in case y'all don't get the scholarships. But you're too smart, you're too athletic, you're too gifted in multiple areas not to at least get that scholarship for you can education. But that NIL, they collect the money, bro. That's changing kids' lives. Like, it's amazing what they're doing. I know I was looking at you, I was like, this man played at Auburn. I already know. I was like, in the back of his mind, he was like, bro, if I was look, they probably owe you money now, though, don't they?
Man, I was talking to one of my homeboys. We talk about that all the time. I know me and my brother talked about it when we first seen it, man. And I tell you, it's a blessing for these kids now, and they deserve it too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make that real clear. They do deserve. Now they need to fix the transfer portal. That's a different story. But as far as I'm with players getting paid, man.
Me too.
The university makes so much money off those guys, whether it's jersey sales, their names, tickets, man, all that stuff, So to be able to just give those kids that money, man, and hopefully they got a financial advisor that's really sitting down with them talking, and I'm sure they do, that's talking with them about, money management, how to save money, man, and invest in all those things, because you give an 18-year-old who come from nothing all that money, man.
Then he got homeboys.
Then he got
entourage.
Yeah. And he gonna take care of.
Yeah, he is.
Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. College kid, he gonna take care of his homeboys, right?
You better leave high school with few homeboys.
Exactly.
Hey, they gonna be looking at me crazy. My boys is like, nah, they ain't your friend.
Yeah, man. But I think one of the biggest things that I think those kids have to watch out for, man, is as well is who's starting to come into their lives and making sure they coming for those right reasons.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, man. I'm glad to see that the players are actually getting paid, man, because I know how it was when we wasn't. I know the struggle.
Yeah.
And it was too much, man. It was too much on us as players.
And I don't think people realize the pressure and all the things you have to do to be a student athlete. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got to go to class. Even if you, like you say, if you making C's, you still got to get up and go to class. You know what I'm saying? But I know, like when I was at Jacksonville State, bro, and this was back in 2003. We were still old school. They were still I think we were still doing 3-a-days. It was 3 and 4. It wasn't until my third year in college that he had to slack off of us.
Really?
It was old school, bro. We got up early in the morning. We smashing heads. He just wanted to, man, he tried to kill us, bro. It was just that hard. By the time my third year, I was like, man, coach, you done got soft.
Yeah.
When these guys came out, I said, man, y'all ain't experienced nothing that we had to. We were, I've probably told this story before, but the offense wore red and the defense wore white or vice versa. If you was hurt, you wore orange. If you was injured, you wore blue. By the time we got 3 weeks in the camp, we're like the Florida Gators. Bro, we couldn't even scrimmage no more because all the linemen was hurt. And he didn't care.
Yeah.
Now we won the OVC back to back my first 2 years. But I'm like, bro, he whooped us, bro. He had showed us this Walter Payton clip video or whatever for motivation. So he been harping on Walter Payton all week. We get out there for a practice, man, and full pad practice, scrimmaging. I guess it wasn't up to par. Take the shoulder pads off. Y'all get on the sideline. I'm about to walk the Payton. And I was like, what? Man, we ran gashes, bro, for 20 minutes straight. And we thought we were like, yeah, okay, man, we done, fine. Put your pads back on. We finna finish the scrimmage. Wow. We was like, what? I'm telling you, man, that was a difference. So when I meet athletes that have went through that experience of being in college, it's so much respect for them because I already know what you went through. And then when I see these kids get these new scholarships, I was like, if you don't start working hard now, you won't last in college. Even if it's a small school, D2, D3, you won't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you already know how much work y'all had to really put in, man.
Man, you got to have a work ethic, bro. Because it's speechless. I'm tripping over words just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a strength and conditioning coach, man, Coach Yox, man. Shout out to Coach Yox, man. Cause dude, man, he turned you into a man.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Right? He definitely turned you into a man, man. He made you understand, hey, life hard out here, right? And the workouts, you can tell. Right. And so, but it was a blessing, man. But I tell everybody, man, like you said earlier, trying to be a student athlete is difficult, bro. And back then, like you said, I remember having a summer job.
I did too.
You know what I'm saying?
I did too, bro.
Man, I had to get up in the morning, go to workouts, go to class, find a job, because, we didn't get no scholarship check during no summer, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's being a student, and then it's difficult. Then the summer classes, 5-week classes.
Yep.
You got to test. Yeah, test every Friday, man. I'm like, man, this for the birds, bro.
Yeah, but it builds something in you though. Like you was talking about that mental toughness, that makeup, that mindset, that perspective that you have on life. Because with me, bro, if I'm faced with a challenge, I can tap back into that mentality of a college athlete. Even though my body may not be saying you a college, but my mind can take me there. Bro, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of athletes have that. And that's why when I see some players and they don't have it like that, I be like, what did they do to y'all in college? They must have been soft by the time you got there. Because there's no way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can tap back into it right now.
Right now,
and
man.
get it done.
No matter what the situation is, you know what I'm saying? I didn't put myself in 2-a-days plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, man, I'm in 2-a-days.
Yeah.
And that's how I approach today. Man, we in 2-a-days. This is where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to go back, like you said, and have that mindset of, hey, this is what it is. It is what it is. We know it's going to be tough, but what you going to quit? What you gonna do? Quit, and then you're gonna become a quitter. Then that quitting gonna become easier, you know. And so that ain't the road to go down.
No, yeah. See, that's that. Like I said, people. Like I said, man, people just don't understand how different you become when you actually complete. I would say, if you can do 2 years of a college sport, just 2 years, and it'll change your life. Because it's gonna teach you so many things that's gonna prepare you for life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But you got to give it your all. Because them workouts, man, they will break you. They push you to the max. My homeboy played for the Florida Gators.
Okay.
When Tebow and Urban Meyer was there, when Urban Meyer first got there, he was recruited by Ron Zook. But he stayed on for a couple years after Urban Meyer got there. He said, man, when Urban Meyer got there, he said, I thought that man was the devil. He said, the way he worked us out, he was like, man, I hated football. He said, man, I still dream about this guy to this day.
Wow.
And it's been 15 years. He said, that's just how much of an impact and how crazy and tough and hard he was on us, man. I hated it. He was like, man, I still have nightmares. And he wasn't joking, though. We laughing. But he was dead serious, bro.
I believe it, man. You know, because them boys was tough back then, too, though. You know, they had a nice little squad. And I seen a little documentary of some of the workouts of what they was doing. I was like...
But he said what they showed ain't nothing, bro.
For real?
He said what they showed is nothing.
Wow.
He was like, no, it's 10 times worse than that. He was like, real talk. He was like,
I believe it.
10 times worse.
But I guarantee you on Saturdays it was much easier. Oh. It was so much easier on them Saturdays, though.
And that's why they were so dominant.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he got the best of them during the week.
Yeah.
I mean, you already going against NFL caliber players because Florida has some of the best players in the nation.
Yeah,
I mean, first round, second rounders everywhere.
Yeah, they have.
You know, so
definitely have some dogs over there.
All right, let's move on because we can stay on that college football stuff all day.
All day. Best believe it.
So how did that loss push you toward working with young men instead of walking away from the game completely?
So, man, for me, bro, it was. I didn't know I was gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know what was next. You know what I'm saying? At first, I started the factory. You know, went to NAL.
NAL.
Went over there to NAL. I was like, nope, this ain't it. Quickly, nope. Nah, I ain't that guy. I'm not him, right? And so my brother just hit me up. Man, I'm up here at this residential. Hey, come on up here. And for me, it was just a job at the time, man, you know, and then just working with those kids day in and day out, hearing their stories, seeing the position they're in, man, and even doing, you know, like family visits and things like that, and just seeing some of their parents come up there and I'll be like, you can tell why some of them act the way they act, right? And then what started happening, man, for me, just growing as a male, as a man, bro, and realizing like, man, I'm out here lost. Like I don't have a lot of guidance the way that I thought I had, you know, and a lot of stuff that I didn't learn growing up, you know, that a man need to know, right? Because at the end of the day, when you're 18 as a man, that's what people gonna treat you like, and they're gonna expect you to know everything.
Yeah. And
so for me, man, it was just, man, just seeing these guys, man, I'm like, man, because I got a good heart. You know, I come from a good background. My grandma, man, just a loving person. Yeah. So the heart was there already, man. And so just seeing them kids' situation, bro, you know, I just wanted to be a change, wanted to be, you know, like I said, that role model that they can look up to, you know, somebody who, you know, I played the sport, right? Or did that, or whatever the case may be, was successful doing that, man. And so just got into working with kids, man. And then once I moved to Nashville, it really just took off from that point. Yeah. You know, and we can sit here and talk stories days, you know, but a lot of those kids, man, a lot of people looked at them as bad kids. You know, I looked at them as you got to meet them now. You got to meet them halfway. right? And so just being able to just have that mindset of saying, man, I'm not treating you how you gonna act, how you acting, right? Because it's deeper than that. It's deeper. It's a lot more layers to it. It's like a tree. You know, it reminds me so much of a tree, man. We got to get to the root of it, the root of this behavior. Let's figure that out. Because you ain't acting like this just to be doing it. Some brought you to this point. And so, man, just being able to just go through that, man, all them years, just working with kids, the grind, the people that was in there with it, you know, and just after a while, you see kids leaving, they trying to reach out to you, call you, and I'm like, oh, I am making an impact,
That's what's up.
you know. And so, man, now it's just like night and day to me, man. It's easy work.
I don't know. I've been to the sequel before a couple times, and I've heard stories about it. You care about sharing at least one story with us, man, that stand out in your mind, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. I know you can't say no names and all that kind of stuff, but is there anything that pop in your head? Because like I said, I know that them kids, because the environment they was raised in, man, they are dealt a bad hand. Bad hand.
Yeah, man. I think the biggest that I can talk about, man, is just more so of the attention-seeking behaviors that I really encountered in and really seen, man. A lot of those kids coming from wherever they came from didn't get the attention, you know, and so, you know, man, some kids gonna find a way to get your attention. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, don't matter. They're gonna find a way. And a lot of these kids didn't know how to find that way of getting your attention most of the time in a good way. Yeah. Right? Someone would act out, you know, whatever the case may be, man. But just realizing, like, you know, they need attention. And they need it, and we can't feed into the attention in a negative way either, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? So the biggest thing was just being able to see those kids, man, and understand, putting myself in their shoes and being like, man, what kind of attention would I want at this age? Yeah. You know, but on the flip side, I got the biggest story, the stories, man, we can go to Nashville and talk about some stories because there's riots. You know, I had kids, man. What? I was just telling somebody the other day, man, I had kids, man, try to jump me and everything, bro. Like it was wild up there. Like it was bad. I mean, I ain't gonna say bad, but it was experience, for sure. You know, but it was.
So what are you doing now?
So now, man, as far as what working wise, so man, so I work at Alabama Mentor. Okay, you know, so I'm a case manager. Gotcha. So I go into homes, man, and check on kids that way. You know, so I got to stay connected to the kids, man, some type of shape, form, or fashion. So I'm doing that, man. Like you said earlier, I just launched my nonprofit, Huddle Up. So mentoring the youth 6 through 18 years old, man, and just trying to teach these kids or give them a positive role model again, like I said, man, and also just I build a curriculum. And it's football based, right? The whole curriculum, man, is football based. 15-play curriculum that I built that is a 10-week program, right? And so just being able to give these kids something that's going to be able to guide them, man. We talk about several different things in it, man. Controlling the mind, show me your friends, I'll show you your future, get right or get left. You know, list can go on and on, but it's going to be a great opportunity, man. Thursday will be the first day that we actually have kids for it this Thursday at Leading Public Library from 5 to 6:15, man. And so I'm excited, you know, very excited, man, and just can't wait to see the turnout that it's going to have, man. So I'm excited about it.
That's what's up. I can see it on your face, bro. I mean, it's amazing to accomplish some things that makes other people's lives better. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time we're selfish by nature. But when you know you done sat back and you doing something to better their community, to change somebody's life, bro, that's a whole different type of fulfillment that you get on the inside. Yeah. You know, like you was talking about how most people don't make it to 100 episodes. I was like, bro, this is fulfilling for me. So it's like, as long as we got guests, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy doing it, man. I enjoy listening to people's stories, man, and their experiences, man, and just and feeling the heart that the people have for what they're doing. So yeah, man, that's awesome. Okay, so you started talking about your program. So before we go to the next question, Where can they find this program? Like, where can they reach out? Where can they find this program?
Man, so mostly I put it on social media.
Okay.
I'm just still trying to get some things worked out for it, but you can email me,
okay.
at jamarcus@huddleup50.org.
All right, say that one more time.
jamarcus@huddleup50.org.
Okay.
You can reach me there, man, and we can go from there.
Okay.
But I'm excited, man. I'm really excited about the program. I put a lot of hard, long nights, together to get this program running, man. And so being able to come back to my hometown, right? Because it ain't a lot in Leeton.
Right.
If you've been if you've been in Leeton, then you know it's there.
Yeah.
Right? Outside of the school and the library and the police department. That's pretty much what Leeton has, man. And so just being able to try to bring a program of a mentoring the youth, I think it's gonna be real great.
Awesome. So speaking with your program, what do you try to teach boys about identity beyond sports and performance?
I think the biggest thing, man, for me is just being able to teach kids to be true to yourself, bro. Right? Be authentic, be real to self, right? Not worrying about what other people gonna think. People gonna say something about you regardless, right? But you gotta ask yourself, man, who are you?
Yeah.
And not just who are you when you're around people. Who are you when you're in that room by yourself? Right? Who are you when you go to school, you leave and you kikiing up with your homeboys, and then you go back home and now you got all these thoughts running, right? Because that's going to determine how you shape yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Those thoughts, man, those things that whether they positive or negative, right? How are you, what habits are you creating, and what are you putting in your mind to say, hey, this is who I am, right? Are you building your confidence, or are you lessening your confidence by the thoughts that you're thinking about? And so just trying to teach them, man, through every situation that you go through it's some positive come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a lot of stuff, man, a lot of situations. And I was a negative guy looking at it all the wrong ways, right? And it didn't get me nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. And my identity I wasn't confident. I wasn't a leader. All those things, man. I didn't look at things the right way. It was always just negative, bro. And then I'm pointing the finger at everybody else but self.
Blame game.
Self-destruction, man. Self-destruction. And so just trying to teach these kids about identity-wise is just, man, be true to yourself and watch what you're putting in your mind, bro.
Yeah. I like when you say be true to yourself, because like we was talking earlier about, I got boys that play sports, but my oldest boy, man, he's willing to try stuff. Like, he does plays. Like, you would not think that an athlete and he's a fairly good athlete, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can hoop, he can play some baseball, he's a good football player. I mean, like, so all the kids know him from sports world, but then all of a sudden he's hopped over into this play world where it's a whole different set of kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had to tell him, I was like, if this is what you want to try, it doesn't matter what they gonna think. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I think it's pretty dope, because most athletes ain't even finna try this. They don't even have the confidence to even step out there and talk and perform in front of a whole crowd unless it's a sport.
Yeah.
And so he did a play last year called the Newsies Junior. And it was a small role. So he came back this year and tried out for the play. Now he has like one of the lead roles in Frozen Junior.
Okay.
He plays a Prince Han. And so he's like, my wife can sing. So my wife has been having to teach him how to sing and do all this kind of stuff. But he got a lead role, and the first performance is Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he'll actually be doing a full hour-long play as a main role. Like, and I'm like, dude, I'm proud. Like,
yeah, absolutely, man. Because I tell people like this, man. And one of the things that I use, man, because growing up, if you was in the band, right? If you was in the band, you already know what happened. Right? People laughed at you, talked about you, joked on you, called you all kind of stuff, man. But then you, as that person, I gotta stop. Right, I gotta stop doing what I like doing because they don't like it. Man, it don't matter what they like, man. Because you don't know, you could have been the best drummer ever. Like, and you just put it down because of what other people is over here talking about, man. And 9 times out of 10, the people who's over here talking, guess what? They probably ain't got much going for themselves in the first place.
And then you put down the one thing that you got confidence in.
Yeah.
So now your confidence is shook because you don't have that one thing that you can go back like, well, I know I'm good at this.
Yeah.
You done gave it up because of what they saying.
Absolutely.
You know, so, but yeah, so that's a good point. But yeah, as that, like, I even had to have a conversation with my boys who was leaving practice or something. I may have been picking up from school, but we was talking about sports and me being proud of them. I was like, if y'all don't do good in sports, that's not gonna change the fact that I love y'all. So don't think y'all gotta perform. I said, to be honest with y'all, if y'all quit all sports today and said you wanted to do plays, you wanted to drum, you wanted to be a musician, whatever, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't love y'all less. I would probably be like, you sure? You know, but I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna love you. So guess what? If I was training y'all in that, whatever else y'all decide to do, you're gonna get the same thing. We gonna go 100 in this.
Yeah.
So whatever y'all do, I'm gonna support y'all. I'm gonna push y'all to y'all max. So that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So I was like, so never think that after the game, if you ain't played good, if you struck out or you didn't make your free throw, you missed the game, when the shot, you turned the ball over too much, or I yelled at you real loud during the game because you ain't doing blah, 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 blah. I still love you. That ain't gonna change nothing. You know?
Absolutely, bro. And that's good, bro. Because I think, you know, especially a lot of males, right? We can't just keep pushing our kids to sports or rapping. You know what I'm saying? Either sports or rapping, man. I promise you. Hey, this is the camera right here. Kids, I promise you. There's a lot more to do out there than just sports and rapping, man. You know, because especially in our community, that's all we want to do. You know, but we so talented, man. We are so creative human beings, right? And to just think that we just athletes, you know, we just supposed to be here to play sports and rap, man, we're really selling ourselves short.
But see, that also goes back, like you mentioned earlier, they don't have the support system, the right support system. They don't have men in their lives telling them like, hey, bro, I see this in you. You need to start doing this. Or, hey, if you do this program at your school, you can graduate with a 2-year degree and already be a boilermaker, or already be an electrician, or already be a carpenter, or already be a plumber. You know what I'm saying? Now you already making $35, $40 an hour come out of high school. You ain't got to worry about doing anything else.
Yeah.
But because they don't have that guidance, or nobody telling about the programs that they're offering in the school system, like 12 to Life and these different little things, to where you can be making money while you're in high school, learning a craft. So that's the thing, man. You have to get a skill. You have to perfect that skill and perfect your craft. So that way you have something to offer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you have a service that you can provide, because you can't make money without providing a service.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how somebody gonna make any type of money without providing a service. So you have to come up with something, or find somebody that's doing what you're doing and say, hey, bro, can you teach me? Can I follow you around? Because even like with being like like you said, you want to be a barber. Go sit under the barber, bro. Go learn. Get on YouTube. But that's a whole, like I said, we can go down the whole road about that, how you can learn so much stuff that's at your hands right now, so you have no excuse. So are you lazy? Either you lazy or what? Because I'm like, bro, like, you got the opportunity right in front of your face. There's either you're lazy or you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? One of the two. Because there's no way nobody, unless there's something wrong with you, you should not be working towards something, because the knowledge is out there. It's readily available.
And I also think, man, sometimes it's all about who we putting ourselves around. You know, the right type of people, right? What type of people are you hanging around with daily, right? Do you got people who are encouraging what you just said? You know what I'm saying? Or do you got people out here that's telling you, hey, man, look, bro, you need to get out here and get it, bro, because what you trying to do ain't it for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's important to watch your crowd, man. Watch who the people that you surround yourself with on a day-to-day basis, right? And do not be the smartest in the room.
I like that.
You can't be the smartest.
I like that.
Man, I'd have been the smartest in the room, man. And I tell you, it ain't been the correct room, because I ain't learning nothing.
Can't grow.
I'm not growing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're not the smartest in the room.
That makes sense. I like that. You had made what did you say before to be the smartest in the room? Was something else you said about, about knowing about the company you keep. You mentioned that earlier about what was in your curriculum, your program. Mm-hmm. You said something about show me your 5 friends.
Show me your friends. I'll show you your future.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can't escape that
at all.
You can't. And one thing that we say all the time is, what are you reading? What are you watching? And who or what are you listening to?
I tell people, man, we can switch phones right now and get on each other's Instagram and just stroll for 2 or 3 minutes, and I can tell you what you into.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I tell people, I was like, give me your phone, let me look at your music playlist, and I can tell you what kind of decisions you're going to make in the future.
Yeah. For real, though.
Like
real talk, man.
I already know.
Yeah, and it's real, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because everything we do, man, is law of attraction, man.
Yeah.
Law of attraction. You know, what are the things that you attract in your life, man?
But they think that stuff just happened. Oh, it just happened to me. Like, no, bro, you don't really see, like, crazy stuff happen to somebody that's brought up and that's living a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Live by the sword, die by the sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see somebody that's been known to be in the streets and he end up, you know what I'm saying, something happening to him. It's like, well, bro, you was living that lifestyle. Same way with us when it come to eating, though. We like to say it about somebody living in the streets. But if you eat bad, horrible, like for 25, 30 years, you can't be surprised when something pop up in your body and they say this, that, and now you got to change or you're going to pass away. You see what I'm saying? Like, but we want to say something about the streets, but we want to say about what we eat.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing.
Same thing.
We just, because we don't feel the effects of it immediately, we just continue to do what we want to do. Continue to eat the way we want to eat and continue. Because I had a cousin that passed away from living a certain lifestyle. And I had told him, I was like, bro, if you ain't a drug dealer, you look like one. And I was like, you gotta stop portraying yourself to be like this. I've been knowing you your whole life. You ain't never been no thug. You have always been tough and hard and competitive, but you ain't never been no thug. But you're coming off like a thug, bro. And he ended up getting shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I told you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, people gonna make their own decisions.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And my wife, I always like to say, a zebra don't change their stripes. So you are who you are.
Yeah. If
you're not, like, when a person gets set, that's who they are. They're not gonna change, and God knows they ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? But I got one last question for you, man. We'll get up out of here. It says, looking back now, do you see your injury as an ending or the beginning of your real calling? Now, not how you felt when it first happened, but now.
A calling, man, because looking back, because number one, if I would have made it, and if I would have made it to the league, I wasn't coming back home, right? As you know, man, football happened on Sundays, so it'd be difficult to go to church, right, and those things. And so, for me, God knew it was bigger than football for me. Gotcha. Right, and he still has a plan in his hands on me, you know, and just trying to get aligned with that to make sure that I'm walking that walk, the right walk. And so, man, I think I'm blessed, bro. Good. I'm in a good situation. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. Yeah. Right. You know, I got all my limbs. I wake up in the morning, man, on my own. Right. And so it's a great opportunity. And then being able to just help somebody else, right? Seeing this generation, seeing kids now, man, and just being able to get in their ear and pull them to the side and give them, I like to call it, tools for their toolbox. You know, being able to give them some gems and knowledge and understanding, man, to the way that life is, you know. And so I tell them all the time, you know, just like a toolbox, you know, everybody know what a hammer is. You got a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't use it every day. Right? But when it's time to pull the hammer out, guess what? You know exactly where you got to go to get it, right? And so it's just like, you know, some of the stuff that I talk about in my curriculum, you know, controlling your mind, you know, you may not have to use it all the time, but guess what? You know exactly what you need to do, and you got it in your toolbox to be able to pull it out when you do need to use it, though. And so, man, I'm just grateful for that opportunity, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress with your nonprofit, Huddle Up. And see whatever else God has in store for you, man. And if there's anything we can do to help you out, to help promote it, to help market it, you know what I'm saying? Just, hey, let us know, man. Hit me up.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man. Because, I mean, that's how we got to where we at.
Yeah, and vice versa, man. You know, whatever I can do to help you guys out, man, please let me know, because I'm willing to do whatever it takes, man. And so I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You got anything else you want to say, man, before we close out? Closing statement, anything like that?
Man, I'm like I said, man, I'm just grateful, man, even for this opportunity, you know, just being able to get on this podcast, man. You guys are doing great things, great things, man. Me and Dwayne have been going back for a while now. You know, I remember him coming to Nashville, you guys coming to Nashville, speaking to the kids up there, and just seeing the impact that you guys had there. Coming to Sequel, seeing the impact that you guys have there. And now, man, being able to walk into this building and just seeing, right, firsthand, man, what you guys got here, you know, and it's just going to continue to grow. You know, it's going to continue to grow, man. So it's just a great opportunity, you know, and for me, man, to the youth, man, just continue to keep pressing, keep moving forward, man. And you got to unlearn to relearn.
I like that. Say it again.
You got to unlearn to relearn.
Yes, sir.
You got to unlearn to relearn, man. And the things that you learn, you know, in your community, in your household, you know, in your environment, the day-to-day living, bro, is not all, you know, good. You know, is other things out here that you should be learning. And your parents is not going to be able to teach you everything.
That is true.
Right? Your parents ain't going to be able to teach you everything, man. And so get out here, find you a mentor, find you some people, some positive people, get around some positive people, man, that's going to be able to help shape you in the way that you're looking for. But first, you got to be self-aware.
That's good stuff. Well, hey, Mr. Jamarcus Ricks, man, first off, like I said, man, thank you for jumping on tonight. I enjoyed the conversation. I hope the audience that follow us, they will get something out of it. And man, like I said, I just appreciate you coming through. And we'll probably get you on again, man. Because we need to talk some college football. Just have a segment on college football. We may bring in some other guys to play some college ball.
Okay.
And just kind of hit on that. But so keep that in the back of your head. And if you know some people, man, put them on the list.
Let's do it.
But so we're gonna close out, man. Mr. Jamarcus Ricks, he is a former Auburn football player. He's the founder of Huddle Up. That's our time. We out. You guys be blessed. Like, share, comment. Until the next episode, we out.
Peace.
Let's make plays. Huddle up.